Hey friends, One Pride. I'm Derek and welcome to the channel. Here you will know everything about Lions. The Detroit Lions have opened the 2024 season with a strong 3-1 record, reigniting hope among fans that this could be the year they make a serious push for the Super Bowl. With a youthful roster, an explosive offense, and a defense on the rise, head coach Dan Campbell and his team are showing they have what it takes to compete at the highest level. However, despite all the progress, one glaring hole remains in their defense. They lack a consistent, dominant pass rusher opposite Aiden Hutchinson. With all this, could Brad Holmes be ready to trade an elite edge rusher to make the playoffs? Let's check out all the details. Firstly, I ask for your help. Leave a like. Many of you watch our content daily, and forget to click the thumbs up. This is a humble way to support us. It costs nothing and helps us a lot. I'm grateful to you. Thanks. This is where Myles Garrett, one of the most feared edge rushers in the NFL, could come into play. The Cleveland Browns, off to a disappointing start with a 1-4 record under Deshaun Watson, may be looking to embrace a full rebuild. Trading Garrett, their superstar defender, could be a realistic scenario as they look to retool their roster for the future. Myles Garrett was drafted first overall by the Cleveland Browns in the 2017 NFL Draft, and since then, he has established himself as one of the most dominant defensive players in the league. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches and 272 pounds, Garrett possesses the size, strength, and speed to overwhelm offensive linemen. Throughout his career, he has been an absolute force, recording over 100 career sacks and accumulating 479 quarterback pressures. In 2023, Garrett continued to perform at an elite level, finishing the season with 16 sacks and earning first-team All-Pro honors for the third time in his career. Despite battling through minor injuries, including Achilles, thigh, and foot issues, Garrett's ability to disrupt opposing offenses has never wavered. He is known for consistently drawing double teams, yet his unique combination of power and technique allows him to get to the quarterback with ease. Garrett's contract also reflects his elite status in the NFL. In 2020, he signed a 5-year, $125 million extension with the Browns, making him one of the highest-paid defensive players in the league. This contract, while significant, is justified by Garrett's production and value to any defense. At first glance, it might seem unthinkable for the Cleveland Browns to consider trading their defensive cornerstone. However, the reality of their situation is that the Deshaun Watson experiment has been a failure thus far. With Watson struggling and the Browns sitting at the bottom of the standings, rebuild may be on the horizon. By trading Garrett, Cleveland could acquire valuable draft capital to jumpstart that process. Furthermore, Garrett's mounting injuries could be a factor in the Browns' decision-making. Although still highly productive, his durability has come into question with nagging injuries. Moving him now, while his trade value remains sky-high, could be seen as a strategic move by the Browns' front office. If there's one team that stands to benefit from a trade for Myles Garrett, it's the Detroit Lions. Detroit has been building something special under Dan Campbell, and the addition of a player like Garrett could take their defense from good to elite. Here's why. Aiden Hutchinson, the Lions' budding star pass rusher, has been incredible in his first 2 seasons, but he's often had to carry the pass rush on his own. Hutchinson currently leads the team with 23 pressures, while the next closest player, Levi Onwuzurike, has just 9. Pairing Hutchinson with a player of Garrett's caliber would create a nightmare for opposing offensive lines. Offensive coordinators wouldn't be able to double-team both players, allowing them to wreak havoc from both edges. The Lions were dealt a tough blow when Marcus Davenport was placed on injured reserve due to a season-ending elbow/triceps injury. Davenport was supposed to be a key contributor in the rotation, but his absence has left a significant gap. While there are internal options like Josh Paschal and James Houston, none of them can provide the consistent, game-changing impact that Myles Garrett would bring. Though the Browns have not had sustained playoff success during Garrett's tenure, he has consistently shown up in big moments. In Cleveland's 2020 playoff run, Garrett recorded multiple pressures and sacks, helping the Browns upset the Pittsburgh Steelers in the wild-card round. His playoff experience and leadership would be invaluable to a Lions team looking to make a deep postseason push for the first time in decades. Acquiring a player of Myles Garrett's caliber won't come cheap. The Lions would likely have to part with significant draft capital, possibly a first-round pick and more. However, given the current state of the roster and their Super Bowl aspirations, it's a move worth considering. The Lions have built through the draft in recent years, but when the window for a championship opens, aggressive moves can make all the difference. Do you believe trading for Myles Garrett would be the missing piece in the Detroit Lions' Super Bowl puzzle? Would adding a dominant force like Garrett elevate the Lions' defense to an elite level, or should they rely on their current roster to step up? How much would you be willing to give up in draft capital to land Garrett? And do you think it's worth the potential cost? I want to see if you understand football. Leave a comment with what you would do. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Join our community and get exclusive daily content. We prioritize keeping you up to date with all the latest happenings in Detroit. See you soon.